welcome to today's tutorial. And in this today's tutorial we are going to look at an electronic receipt, an automated one. And before we get into the details, I'd love to say thank you so much for watching our previous tutorials on invoices and the data entry form series. It's been an honor. Thank you so much for the support. And let's get into the details of automated electronic receipt. What do we need when we want to come up with a receipt? Alright, we need company's details, alright, and we also need customer details. We need payment methods, we need counting or calculation, who received the money, who issued it, who authorized it, date and time. Alright, so once we've gathered this information, we are good to go. So let's get into Excel and see how we can come up with this electronic receipt. Alright, these are the details that we were talking about. Alright, an electronic receipt needs to have a date. Alright, needs to have a receipt number, needs to have details about the person you're receiving from. Alright, amount, the reason for the payment, and the payment method, was it in cash or check, received by, authorized by, and here is the accounting part of a receipt. Where are we going to put the company's details? On top here we have prepared what we call the PNG file, a photo, which we are going to just insert at the end of it all. Alright, so here is going to be, here we are going to have a date. Alright, let's just put receipt number on the top here. Alright, so here we're going to have a date, and here we are going to have time. Alright, so to have a date right here, it's not that the person is going to manually input the date. The Excel has to actually display that particular day's date. Alright, so to display today's date, you need to come up with a formula that does that. Alright, which is equal to now. Alright, we're going to use this one instead of today. Okay, there's also another one that you can just write is equal to today, and then it gives you the date today. Alright, but we're going to use this one now for both time and date. Okay, so we're going to double click on now and close parentheses, and it's going to give us today's date. Alright, and the same formula we are going to use it for time. Alright, we're going to close parentheses. As you have noticed, it's giving us both time as well as the date. Okay, to change that, we go on the number format, we choose time. You can choose whether you want the time to display in AM or PM, or the 1300 hours, or this type of time. And here we are going to click on the 1300 hours. Alright, and then we click OK, and here it is. It's actually displaying the time now. Alright, and we have actually done on time and date. Alright, received from, this is a receipt as it is for an institution, education institution, whereby the people that are actually paying, they are known, they have registered into the system, and they're paying because they have registered into the system. So we are going to pull out data from the system. Alright, so in sheet number 5 we have prepared a number of students who have registered for that particular program in that particular year. Alright, so we are going to use a drop down menu for this one actually. Alright, let's merge this one, and then yes, we are going to use a drop down menu. How to bring a drop down menu in Excel? We go to the data 2 tab, and here we have what we call data tools. Alright, and we're going to select data validation, and here on the settings it says validation criteria. Okay, so allow, these are the values that you would love to allow. So here it says any value. So if you put 1, if you put a, if you put an apostrophe, it will actually allow everything. Alright, but if you click on the options, you will find out that there is any value, whole number, decimal, and then we're going to click list. If you want only to accept dates, you can also do that, alright, but we're going to click list. Alright, so the list is actually defined in here. You can actually define here the source when the list is just smaller, for example yes or no, or gender is just male, female, or sometimes you can add rather not say, but this time around the data is actually stored somewhere. Alright, so we are going to click this up arrow, alright, and we are going to select the sheet that you want to get the data from. Alright, and in this case we are going to select everything here. Alright, so there are like 10 names, and we are going to click enter. Alright, once we do that, the cell range comes here. Alright, and then we're going to click OK, and now this drop down button shows up there, and if you click on it, you discover that there are actually a list of names. Alright, and then if you click on John Banda, it displays John Banda. Alright, and if you want to choose another person, for example Kate Perry, it shows Kate Perry, and then every time you do that, the date as well as the time gets updated. Alright, and now we are going to go to amount. So for us to come up with the amount, we will have to wait for the accounting section to be filled first. Alright, so we are going to leave this one, and this one as well will depend on this amount. Alright, for the payment of, we are going to have a range of reasons why that person is actually paying for that money. Alright, so we're still going to use the drop down menu, and we're going to go to data validation, and this time around we're still going to select list, but this time around we are not going to select the options from an external sheet. Alright, we are going to write the option right here. So the first option is going to be tuition fee. Alright, and then we're going to put a comma just to separate the list. Alright, and then registration fee, comma. Consider those a list of the reasons that the person is actually paying the school fees. Alright, and we're going to click OK. Okay, now the drop down menu button has actually appeared here, and if you select there, you discover that the option list has actually appeared. So you can choose whatever list you want, like tuition fee, registration fee, or tuition and registration fee. Alright, we are going to do the same with paid in. Alright, the payment method. Okay, the payment method is also going to use the same drop down menu process. Okay, so we're going to click OK, and the drop down menu appears there. There it is. Alright, and even on received by, okay, we are working on it. We are dealing with a company that has known employees. Alright, so we are going to use the same. Okay, yeah, there it is. Alright, so on the accounting amount, we have prepared this sheet that has a lot of numbers in it, from 1,000 to 100,000. So we are thinking that's the range of the school fees that people are going to be paying. Alright, so it's going to be the same for registration. Click enter and click OK, and the same for tuition fee. Alright, for balance, you already know that you need to calculate the math. Okay, for balance, it's like the total amount, total account amount, minus the amount of money paid. In this case, it's going to be the registration fee and the tuition fee. So it's going to be G20 minus G21 minus G22. So there it is. This cell is going to show the balance. Alright, and for us to find the amount, the total amount, we will have to do the sum formula. Alright, and it's going to be registration fee plus the tuition fee. Alright, and that again is going to give us the amount. Alright, so now here for the amount in words, this is where it's going to be tricky, because this is where we are going to use the if statement, alright, the if formula. Alright, so we're going to say if the amount is 0, here is going to be echoing 0, okay, or it's going to be displaying 0. Alright, if the amount is 1, it's going to be displaying 1. Alright, if the amount is 1000, it's going to be displaying 1000. Alright, so it's going to take us a lot of time trying to generate the code. Alright, but at this moment we are going to just simulate a few amounts whereby we will have to see if the formula is going to work. Alright, so we are going to write the if statement. Alright, so if the amount is equal to, say, 1000, alright, this is going to display 1000. Alright, that's what we're trying to do right here. Alright, and if G14 is going to equal 2000, alright, it's going to echo 2000. That's what we're trying to do. Alright, and if G14 is equal to 3000, alright, this one is going to display 3000. Alright, now as you can see here, it's echoing false because the amount is 0. Okay, but let's try to say registration fee was 1000, fee amount was actually, let's say, 5000, and the tuition fee was actually 2000. Alright, here the balance is 2000 and the amount is automatically telling us that the amount that this person has actually paid is 3000, and here on the amount in words it has actually reflected the 3000. Alright, let's see if this is going to change. Here the tuition fee, say the person paid 1000. Okay, here the balance is reflecting 3000 and here the amount is 2000, and even the amount in words has actually reflected to be 2000, and here it's actually completing Malawi Kwacha. Okay, so this is how the receipt is gonna go like. Alright, so we're going to continue saying this was received by Brian Titara, and it was authorized by Mustafa Makokora, and it was actually paid in cash, alright, for the reason of tuition and registration fee. Alright, let's do this one more time. Alright, let's assume the registration fee was 2000 and the tuition fee was actually 1000, or it's 3000, and here it's actually changing. Okay, so the person who is actually working on this receipt doesn't really need to write anything. He just needs to select whatever he wants to select, and boom, the receipt is done. Alright, so let me just take the time to decorate the receipt and see how it's going to look. Alright. Alright, everything that you want to know about the receipt will actually be here, and yeah, so this is a receipt. You can do the same with an invoice. You don't usually have to write. If you know the items that you're selling or the services that you're offering, you usually don't need to stress much about it. Alright, so thank you so much for watching this automated electronic receipt, and next we are going to do what we promised last time, a school report, an automated school report that's going to be displaying a lot of things like calculating grades, alright, and give out how much that person has scored, whether it's an A plus or A star, or whether it is a 1 or a 9, or the person has failed or the person has passed. Alright, so we should be looking forward to that. But thank you so much for watching this one. Don't forget to click subscribe, as well as clicking on the bell. When we have posted a new video, you will be receiving an alert that we have posted a new video. You're with me, Mustafa Makokola from the Take It Up project. Soon I'm going to be joined by Brian. Brian is really good with networking and electronics, so going to be having some of the tutorials concerning networking as well as electronics. Alright, but for now, this is what I